Welcome to the Private Practice with Soul podcast. My name is Dr. Brooklyn Storme, and I help private practice owners align their business back with their soul's calling, with their big vision and with their soul's purpose. Unlike other private practice coaches, I've traveled the world in search of spiritual resources, spiritual tools, education and information so that you can have the transformation that your soul desires and needs so that you can up-level your business. How much fun is this? I love it so much. Guys, if you're not already a member of the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group, please check out the show notes. I would love for you to be there. In the meantime, thank you so much for pushing play today. Let's begin. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast. I'm so pleased that you're here. Thank you so much to everyone who's pushed play today on another episode, and welcome to our new listeners and subscribers. We had a whole bunch of newbies from Saturday's podcast episode, and I want to say thank you so much for listening to that, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. I understand it was a little bit quiet. I was speaking quietly. I was kind of in my sort of meditation zone, and I will absolutely raise the volume next time. But thank you for everyone who did listen to it. Today, what I want to do is talk with you about how we create shifts in our private practice. And the reason that I want to talk with you about this is because I'm super excited. This week has been a week of milestones. We're only in day 3, but already 2 new clients have signed up for private practice coaching, and 2 have just finished. And oh my gosh, I have such mixed feelings when they finish because we've worked so intensely together. Both of these ladies went from not having a private practice to having fully booked private practices within 90 days. And I couldn't be happier for them. They have just done so well. And now I have another lady that I work with. She's a supervision client, and we do a little bit of coaching in that sometimes, but she contacted me recently as well in a bit of a beautiful fluster. It's the way that I would describe it, because get this, she's got too many referrals and I'm so over the moon pleased for her as well. And so we were able to have a talk then about her next steps in terms of her moving out of her paid employment so that she can be more fully in for the private practice and really allow it to sort of take off and get its own wings and legs and all those beautiful analogies and metaphors that we like to use in business. So everything's just going along really well. But here's the thing. I've had a number of conversations with women in private practice today, and actually 2 men as well this week, which is a surprise because not many men tend to come to me for private practice coaching. But one of the themes that's come through this week is people having an idea of something that they want to do, i.e. start a private practice, or maybe they're feeling a bit like they're stuck in the private practice. And I don't really like using words like stuck or overwhelmed because they're so general, but the best way to describe it would be or to give you an example, really. So one of the guys, he's in a private practice, but he just feels like he's in limbo. Like he knows what he wants to do, but he just can't get there. There's another lady that I'm working with now. She has, just random referrals. So she doesn't have a steady flow of referrals. So she's been in private practice for a while, but she's not sure about how to generate more referrals. There's another lady I'm working with. She's been in private practice for a while as well, and she really wants to build a team, but she's struggling with that. So everybody's kind of stuck at different points and places. But one of the themes that's come through that I've been able to sort of figure out with all of these beautiful people is that they get stuck because they don't understand the vision beyond the vision. So if you've been listening to me for a while, and if you've been consuming my free content, you will understand I'm a big believer of the vision beyond the vision. What I mean by that is maybe you have an idea of what you want. So for example, let's take the idea that somebody wants to maybe even start a private practice. Now, the process is the same for all of you. Just apply it to your situation. But I'm just going to use this as an example. Want to start a private practice, okay? And this person goes through all of the things that she feels she needs to go through, right? So she goes and she gets the lease, and she rents the room and she invests in the furniture. She buys business cards, which, by the way, are people still even using business cards? I think, aren't we all connecting on LinkedIn and social media and email now? But anyway, she does that. She gets some flyers printed up, makes a pretty website, does all of that sort of stuff, but doesn't get the referrals. And so she's wondering what she's doing wrong. And the longer this goes on for, the more of it she does. So she goes and she changes her website because she thinks it must be that. And nothing happens, still no new referrals. Or she sends a fax to everybody, no new referrals, nothing happens. And so what I'm interested in is, from a law of attraction and from a manifesting point of view, when we think about universal laws, I have to ask myself what she's putting out there to be getting this back. What is she sending out to the universe in order to be getting no referrals, right? In her head, she's in her masculine energy and she's doing, and she's trying to provide and she's left brain. But the reality is nothing's happening. Now, one of the reasons for that is because she lacks a vision beyond the vision. For example, she has an idea that her goal maybe is to have a fully booked diary, whatever that might look like for her. Let's say she's going to work 3 days a week and she's going to see 6 clients each of those days. 6 3s are 18. She needs 18 clients to fill her diary. One of the problems that she's facing is that she hasn't figured out what it's going to mean for her once she's got that fully booked diary. She might be thinking, well, that will mean that I have money. Okay, that's great. What I would say as her coach is, let's take this further. Let's imagine you already have the 18 people booked in and therefore you already have the money. What is going on for you now? What is going on for you in this space now? What's happening for you now? What sort of things do you say to yourself now? What sort of things do you feel now? Who are you being now? And more importantly, what becomes available to you now? Like, why was it so important for you to have these 18 clients and turn over this money? What does having this allow you to do? And when I ask people, they sort of get stumped and they say, oh, well, I don't know. All I've been told is I need to fill my diary. Well, sure, you were told that, and that's all fine, and yes, it's good to have a fully booked diary, but the reason that yours isn't filling is because you don't have an understanding of what that will then allow you to do. So allow yourself to fantasize, visualize, daydream, imagine about, I've already got this stuff, now what's the next step? I've already hired a team member, now what? What's the next step? I've already hired virtual admin, now what? What's the next step? What can I do now that I couldn't do before, right? This is the key to you attracting more referrals. It's not going to be more of the doing. If you're needing to build your referral stream, you really have to look at the energy that you're putting out. One of the other things that happens is when the referrals are slow to come in, yes, we start to doubt ourselves because we don't have that frame of reference. We don't have a context for understanding why those referrals aren't coming. To our minds, we're doing everything that everybody's told us to do. The website, the Psychology Today profile, the flyer, faxes and emails to doctors, phone calls to referrers. We've been doing all of those things. And so without understanding why it's not working, all we can do is turn inwards and say, well, it must be me. And when we say it must be me, guess what happens then? Fear kicks in. Oh my gosh, what if this isn't going to work out? I'm behind in my money. What if clients never come? And then guess what vibration you're putting out? You're putting out scarcity. And you're going to get back scarcity. You're putting out fear. You're going to get back things that make you fearful. That's what I'm saying. It feels counterintuitive to imagine what life will be like with a fully booked diary when you don't have one yet. But believe me, it's one of the secret keys to you creating an abundance of bookings and clients in your diary in 21 days or less. And I know this because I help women in private practice with it all the time. The only women this doesn't work for is the women who succumb to their fear. It's that ego mindset that's saying, no, 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 you've been programmed that you need to do more in order to get more. So don't listen to what Brooklyn's saying. Just dismiss that, put it aside for a moment. We can come back to that later. Let's keep doing. And you burn yourself out, you get exhausted, you get fatigued, you get frustrated, grumpy, moody, irritable, all of those unwanted things. And then you feel down on yourself. And here we go with the self-doubt and everything. But I'm saying, no, put that aside and listen to what I'm saying. Imagine, dream, script it out, write out for yourself what's going to become available to you when you've got that fully booked diary. And guess what? Then your mind says, oh, okay, so it is safe for me to help her get her 18 clients a week because I know that's going to allow her to do X, Y, and Z. See, when your ego mind feels like it's standing on the edge of the cliff, it's not going to let you take another step because it's not safe for you to jump over the edge of the cliff. But if you say to your mind, there's something beyond this and it is safe, then your mind supports you in helping that happen. Right? You change your vibration. And I totally get that this is a very different approach to what you might understand or what you might learn in other courses on private practice or with other coaches on private practice. But believe you me, this stuff works. And I know that because I've been doing it for years, and there's no reason why you can't have those referrals too. The women that I work with that get the referrals balance and harmonize their masculine and their feminine energy. All right. And they learn how to do that in all sorts of ways. It's something that we go into in more depth in the private practice membership group. It's there's a whole course on it that you can access in my website. I'll put the link to that there. Plus, I think I even have a couple of free resources on masculine and feminine energy in the website as well. So we'll put the link there for you. So if you're interested in this, you can take that next step to creating whatever abundance it is you're needing. And as I said, don't worry about me talking about this content of somebody starting a private practice because the process is the same. The process is the same if you're trying to call in dream team members or raise your visibility so that you can be seen and you can be heard by your ideal dream clients. The process is the same if you're trying to call in opportunities for your practice, if you're trying to call in awards for your practice, if you're trying to call in experiences for your practice. The process is the same. This is a very simple manifesting, and it's simple for me to say all of this, but you guys need to do the work. I'm giving you the tools. I can't make it happen for you. So what I would suggest, because this is a transformational podcast, is you sit down with your pen and your paper, and if you can, create that, if you haven't already, beautiful sacred space where you light your incense or your candle, you have your raw cacao or your herbal tea or your fresh water, you have, a crystal to hold on to, you wrap yourself in a nice blanket, whatever you need to do to activate your five senses in a really loving, nurturing, beautiful way. Maybe put some ambient music on in the background. I love shamanic drums in the background now, so I'll put them on quietly. I really love the rhythm of that. And just write out, if I already had whatever it is, let's say the fully booked diary, what would be going on? What would I then be doing? And just allow yourself to free write. And this is a beautiful experience because it's going to show your mind it's safe. And after you have written, so just allow yourself to write for a few minutes. The other key is you're going to start writing, and it's going to be all conscious stuff that you're writing. So it's all going to be stuff on the top of your mind that's very obvious. You're going to write down, well, I'll be able to pay my rent and I'll be able to pay my bills, etc., etc. And then you're going to kind of stop because you're going to hit a wall and you're going to feel like you've emptied yourself. I'm going to say to you, that's where the gold is. Keep digging. I want you to find another 3 things that you'll be able to do once you've got that fully booked diary, or once you have that new dream team member, or once you have that increased visibility. Dig deep. Do not walk away from this activity until you have dug deep and come up with at least another 3, 5 if you want to push yourself, because it's those 3 or 5 things that are going to be the gold. I promise. And I would love it if you would send me an email and let me know how you went with this activity, because it is so, 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 so powerful. It's a beautiful one for when you're feeling like things aren't going your way. I really know that this is powerful, and I'm 100% confident that you will be able to experience quick wins in your private practice as a result of this exercise. I will let you go. Please go and check out some of the free resources for private practice if you haven't already. There's a new link to a website. I'll pop it in the show notes for you now. And thank you so, 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 so much for listening today. So grateful for you guys. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Private Practice with Soul podcast today. If you're looking for clarity, if you need help with branding, your processes, and bringing everything into alignment with your soul's purpose for your private practice, head to the show notes and click the link for more information about the Private Practice Monthly Mentorship Group. You are going to love it. I can't wait to see you in there. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.